Also, all right, the energy on your faces, the excitement on your faces is clearly indicating that you know who is going to come next. But before that, last year we had a very esteemed guest with us, Mr. Arjun Vaidya, and he presented his keynote speech with very invaluable insights, and we could not miss having him this year as well. So I would like to please welcome Mr. Arjun Vaidya, co-founder of V3 Ventures and founder at Dr. Vaidya's, to address us with his invaluable experience and insight. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Came cho Surat. So I came to Surat yesterday, and the first time I ever came to Surat in my life was for this event. I've been back to Surat 5 or 6 times since, so this is my hat trick at 21/72. And I love Surat so much that I come back every single time. So I'm not going to keep you guys too long from the main attraction, which is Anupam, and you guys are very excited to meet Anupam. But I wanted to talk about two things. I wanted to talk about, first, a little bit about my journey and how I got here and why I come here every year. And the second thing I want to talk about really is why all of you being here on a Saturday afternoon is really important and what's changed. I can tell you, the room was 1/3 this size 3 years ago. I can tell you, the first time they invited me to Surat, they had to call me 3-4 times and convince me that I had to come to Surat. Today, when Rachit called me and Prateek called me and Mehul Bhai called me and Sharad called me, 6 months ago, I said my 3 dates are blocked, I'll be here. And why I say that is because, honestly, there's something special happening here. I now run a VC fund. I'm an investor. I invest in companies across India. But I can tell you that what I've seen in Gujarat startups is very special. I'll tell you why. So, my name's Arjun Vaidya. Vaidya, my last name means Ayurvedic doctor. From my last name, people don't realize, but I am Gujarati. I'm from Morbi, near Rajkot. And my family's been in Bombay for the last 80 years, but we're originally Gujarati. My great-grandfather came to Mumbai in 1923 to set up an Ayurvedic clinic. He set up a small clinic. My dada took on his practice. And in the 80s and 90s, my dada became one of India's most successful Ayurvedic doctors. My dada was not a businessman. He was a doctor. He cared for service. He didn't care for sales, distribution, marketing, strategy. So my dad didn't join him. My dad started a jewelry business, and he spends a lot of time in Surat buying diamonds. But there was always that thought in the family कि इसके साथ कुछ करना है, ये हमारा family legacy है. So in 1991, when I was born, I grew up with asthma. I suffered from juvenile bronchitis. And I grew up with pumps, nebulizers, inhalers, steroids. I was the only kid in my class who couldn't have ice cream. I was the only kid in my class who wasn't allowed to play cricket and football like my friends. I had to play squash and golf because there was no dust on the squash field. And so asthma prevented me from having a normal childhood. My dada cured me of asthma when I was 15. And what's the first thing I went and did? The first thing I went and did was started playing cricket. I learned one thing from my grandfather who was a doctor. I learned about consistency. He wore the same white safari suit every day, went to the clinic the same time, came back the same time and ate the same food. And so I became the captain of this school cricket team because I was not the best player on the team, but I was the most consistent to practice. When I became the captain of the school cricket team, I started thinking that Ayurveda has something to do with my life, but it's more than just my family legacy. It's something really special. And so I promised my dada I'll do something with his legacy. I went to the US in 2009 for my undergrad. In the US, outside of the classroom, I saw yoga. I saw yoga being repackaged. Yoga mats, yoga gyms, yoga apparel, Lululemon, multi-billion-dollar industry in the US. And I started thinking to myself, it's amazing that yoga is global, but it's not so amazing that Indian companies have not taken yoga to the world. I wear this band with the Indian flag on my hand. I've been wearing it for the last 13 years now. And so the patriot in me said, this is not right. While all my friends stayed in college, stayed in the US after college, I came straight back to India in 2013. I got a job in a investing fund in a private equity fund. And in 2016, my Dada passed. When my Dada passed away, I remember the promise to him. I quit my job and I took on the family legacy of Ayurveda. But I took it on in a different way. I took it on in a format that I said Ayurveda and modern consumers have some gap. And I want to repackage and rebrand Ayurveda to appeal to modern consumers. तो जो मेरे दादाजी क्लिनिक में बेचते थे, जो दवाई वो क्लिनिक में बेचते थे उनके पेशेंट्स को, I took that online. 2016 में, 17 में, when I took it online, and today all of you are excited about D2C, you know these D2C things. In 2017, when I told people I'm taking Ayurveda online, they thought I was crazy. So in 2017, we started an online Ayurveda brand. The story and the journey of Dr. Vaidya's I won't get into, but in 4.5 years with my wife, who was my co-founder and the reason we were successful, we scaled from 0 to 5,000 orders a day, got to 2 million transacting customers across 16,500 pin codes, launched 80 products, and in 2021, eventually, we were one of India's first D2C exits. We sold the business to RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, who own Lucknow Super Giants, the IPL team for all the cricket fans. They own Spencer's, Nature's Basket, 2Yum. They were our investors in the business. And we sold the business to them. As we sold the business to them, I had nothing to do in life. I was 29 years old and I had a lot of free time on my hands. So I started helping founders. I started spending time with founders. I started helping them pro bono. That's how I got connected to folks like the Ivy Growth team. And I realized that there is something special happening in India. In 2016-17, when I started, I didn't have any place like this to go. Nobody came and listened to anything I was saying. Nobody trusted that a early stage D2C brand could actually make it in Ayurveda when there were companies with 150 years of legacy. People questioned what we could do. But the world is changing and India is changing. Today there's a room full of people in Surat coming for a startup event, excited about what's happening. Today there are hundreds of startups in Surat, in Ahmedabad, in Baroda. I have invested in companies across the country outside the top 5, top 10 cities. And so, what I see today in India is something I didn't see 5, 6, 7 years ago. I see enthusiasm. I see excitement. I see all of you here being able to create something that can truly disrupt the ecosystem and truly create value. And the best part actually is, I think being in Surat gives you a bigger, massive advantage from being in a place like Bombay. It takes me 2 hours to get to work and back from work. I am distracted by hundreds of things. There is so much competition in hiring talent. And there is so much happening around the ecosystem. In Surat, I was just with my friend Siddhant Agarwal of Avimi. I went to his factory. He said, the best part about my life is I've built this massive business. I have no distractions. I'm focused on my work. I have a great quality of life. I have a great infrastructure around me. And I'm going to win. So I think as I come back here every year, and I will keep coming back every year, and I made this promise to the Ivy Growth team that I will come back every single year, and I've proved it by making my hat trick at this event in Surat. As I come back every single year, I want this room to get bigger and bigger. I want more and more of you to build more and more startups. But the most important message I'll leave each and every one of you here with is, you're part of something special. But it doesn't end with hearing this event, taking a few photos, putting a few things on Instagram. All of you here have a job to do for your city, for your ecosystem, for the people around you. If each one of you can go and inspire 1, 2, 3 people around you, if each one of you can be a help, a guide, a mentor, an advisor, or just a shoulder to cry on when an entrepreneur is stuck, then we are doing something. The future is bright, the future is exciting, but the future is in all of our hands. So I just wanted to leave you with that thought. Where in this event, you've come with your friends, you've come with people you know, but there are so many people in the exhibition downstairs, sitting on your right, sitting on your left, sitting in the row in front of you, who are building something valuable. If each one of you can make me a promise that you'll speak to 3 people who you haven't spoken to before and build those connections, we'll go a long way. Thank you so much to all of you in Surat for hosting us every single year. Thank you so much to the Ivy Growth team for calling us every single year. We have an exciting couple of days ahead of us. I'm around, I'll be available. But I just wanted to say, I'm going to be back every single year, and I'm excited to meet all of you. Thank you.
Okay, I would please request you to please be on the stage again. Yes. Thank you so much for that energetic talk that we all needed at this moment. It really boosted the entire environment. And I would request Mr. Mehul Shah to please come up on stage and felicitate with a token of appreciation and gratitude so that you keep supporting us for the years to come in every season of 21/72. Please. Very we are thankful for the sponsors that we have, and that is why we are all gathered here, and that is why the event is possible. So I would request my heartfelt thank you to our co-host Steam House, title sponsor Ayani Diamond, platinum sponsors One Space, Rap to Earn, Spread, Build It India, Zebra Learn, Avime Herbals, our gold sponsors Regrip, Curate, Decimal, Council-wise, MVT, 11ZA, Lexicon Legal, Turge Films, The Laundry House, Indulge Concierge, Sandcup Design, Curlin Professional, Khushi, the Juno Moneta Tower, My Value Trip, Print Bricks, Blink Digital, Vadvani Foundation, Grip Invest, 360i, Arham Share, and Tech Cloud. Thank you so much. If anyone from the entire team of all the sponsors is present here, please give a round of applause for them, because the show has been showcased because of them.